I heard your porn addiction is strong.
Hey, happy 2026! Wow, it's been crazy. I haven't seen you all in a year. 2025 has been the most technically middle ground year for me. On one hand, I got to meet and connect with some cool people, including my first girlfriend. Hooray. Improved my art style to where I really enjoy looking at it more consistently. Made some of my best videos this year. I got a console within a month of its official release, and I even did some of my own personal growth. On the other hand, though, I had to work through some unfortunate situations, one of them leading to ending a friendship with someone I'm not gonna name names, because you already know who. Additionally, I've gotten like 2+% more involved in politics. Whether you know me personally or have seen the videos, you probably already know that I don't have the most fortunate things to say about the president. Since we're on the topic of opinions and stuff, let me try to force a transition into the video.
That when you're eating hamburger is getting less and less hamburger because you...
I'm a Sonic fan. Groundbreaking news, I'm aware. If you don't know what this means, it basically means that I hate Sonic and I like Mario more. His model is so old it's ancient. The voice cast sounds like a bunch of posers. Ian Flynn ruined the franchise and the game sucked ping pong balls. And the latter point is exactly what we'll be discussing today. One game in particular, and to make things more interesting, one of the praised ones. Sonic Adventure 2. Generally considered one of the best Sonic games by critics and fans alike. I cannot co-sign it. And before you execute me, let me explain my stance. That's what this video is for. Before I get into the meat of my opinions, let me give some context on the game itself. Sonic Adventure 2 was released on June 19th, 2001 in North America and the 23rd worldwide. Its release made it both a celebration of the Sonic series for its 10th anniversary and the final Sonic game for the Sega Dreamcast before it flatlined the following year. The concept of the game is simple, good versus evil. You can choose to either save the world as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, or take over the world as Dr. Eggman and newcomers to the franchise Shadow the Hedgehog and Rouge the Bat. If you play both stories though, you can unlock the final ending and complete the game. But how does the story go? Well, for those who have never played a Sonic game before, play Generations first. My explanation of the plot goes like this. Spoilers for a 20-plus-year-old game, by the way. In like 1951 or something, Eggman's grandfather, Gerald Robotnik, teamed up with the government to create Shadow as the second attempt of the project to achieve immortality so he can cure his granddaughter Maria of ligament. When the government got skeptical, they locked Grandpa away and shot anyone who tried running away. Maria tells Shadow something about humans and then launches him down to Earth. Fast forward to present day, and Eggman unlocks Shadow from cryostasis and they team up to create Robotnik Land. Since Shadow looks exactly like Sonic, Sonic gets taken into custody twice and now has to get his lick back. Meanwhile, Knuckles is fighting Rouge because Knuckles is supposed to be protecting the Master Emerald and the literal island in the sky it powers, but Rouge is a jewel hustler. Eggman tries to steal, but Knuckles breaks it just so he can't have it, so Knuckles and Rouge scout out to find the pieces. Apparently they scattered pretty far, but to be fair, Knuckles' hand is just like a thumb and then one giant clump. Eventually, everyone ends up aboard the Space Colony Ark, and Eggman uses the 7 Chaos Emeralds to the colony's Eclipse Cannon, assuming it'll fire and he can use it to rule the world, but it instead activates a system to ricochet the colony into the planet and then try to destroy it. His grandfather set it up as a revenge ploy when Maria was shot. Sonic, Knuckles, Shadow, they get to rush to the Emeralds to stop the Ark from crashing into the planet as the prototype to cure cancer that Shadow is based on fused with it. Super Sonic and Shadow defeat the monster, Shadow dies, and yeah, that's it, the end. Adios. Now that I blazed through all of that, let me get into the meat of my opinions, starting with what I like about the game before I spend the rest of the video tearing it to shreds. The story's pretty good. It takes a more serious approach to the Sonic story, which paved the way for the games following it. Not so much for the game that came right after, but it did prove to the world that this blue thing can do more than be a family mascot to your kids. SA2 walked so that Shadow the Hedgehog could escape imprisonment and kill them all! The game's music is S tier, but considering it's a Sonic game, that's a given. For those who don't understand Sonic, this game could literally be poop from a butt, but the soundtrack could be holy water in a bottle. You'd have to actually look for a Sonic game without bangers, including its lyrical tracks. Go listen to it. And if you already have, go listen to it again. Listen to the entire soundtrack. It's so good, man. Shadow and Rouge are excellent additions to the Sonic cast, in my opinion, and are very well designed. Shadow brings a character with a deeper backstory, edgy in a way not covered by Sonic, and interesting powers of his own. Rouge has curves and is also in it for the shiny stuff. I can't get mad at a woman who knows what she wants and is in it for the bag, man. The voice cast fits everyone pretty well, like all their voices. I think they're good. And I think in comparison to how Sonic Adventure was handled in English, I think the performances were helped a little here. Not extremely, I can definitely find problems, and I'll talk about it later, but I find it better than the last game. The Chow Garden is good, no notes. Alright, being nice sucks. Time to tweak out. I don't like playing this game. It feels stinky. When I use the controller, it's stinky. Smells. You have 3 primary playstyles throughout the game. Speed stages with Sonic and Shadow, third-person shooting with Tails and Eggman, and treasure hunting with Knuckles and Rouge. Speed stages are fine somewhat. The other ones, you gotta hold down the action button instead of just being able to press it quickly like Adventure 1. Oh yeah, the action button, the one button. Remember this because I will mention it in a bit. The shooting stages are mid, infuriating in some cases, for a few reasons. Unlike every other gameplay style, your health is represented in an actual bar instead of rings, which isn't inherently bad. Different, sure, but it's not the end of the world. What feels like it though, is how carefully I have to play in order to not get hit. I gotta walk in a minefield, in a tank with legs. I'm getting shot at, and I gotta lock on to both the enemies and their bullets before I can shoot back, when they already have, to me, and there's multiple of them on me. This one enemy makes me want to kill people. The treasure hunting stages can burn for all I care, man. I fuck with Knuckles. I love Rouge, bless their hearts, but also, no, stop. Get this. If you restart a stage, the emerald shards or whatever you're collecting change places. You have to memorize a bunch of places you could possibly get these things. In pretty big areas, you gotta search. I gotta scramble multiple times across this map and drag out the time doing it. I think I've covered like every space, yet I still don't see the shard. That's the thing that I'm like dealing with here. And then it especially gets angering for me when some of the universal issues I have with the game. Oh yeah, okay. Look at this. This is the Dreamcast controller, yeah? 1 control stick, a D-pad, 2 shoulder buttons, 4 face buttons. Following me so far? Good. You use the stick to move, the shoulder buttons move the camera, A to jump, and B and X for action. Still here? Great. Issue. B and X do the same thing. When you're playing the game, you have different commands that you gotta do, especially as Sonic or Shadow. Why does the game use the other buttons? This doesn't simplify things for the controller, it complicates them in-game. Why? The gameplay itself is my main gripe with the game. I care about how a game feels to play over anything else, especially the story. That's why some of my favorite games of all time let the story take a backseat. I hope that explains me as a person. I think it does help a little bit. I got other things I could say to too, nitpicks and such. The audio. Dude, for some reason, both adventure games are so loud on my Xbox. Yeah, I'm playing the 360 version. Shut up, I'll talk about it later. I'm gonna turn down my TV specifically here. Why? I don't know! Also the dialogue. Better by a margin than Adventure 1, yes. However, it runs into a problem that I personally don't encounter here. Dialogue overlap. See, the cutscenes were designed around the original Japanese recording of the game. The lip flaps, timing on the cutscenes better suited here. And Sega of America in 2001 wasn't the best, plus the fact that Sonic Team USA was just formed, so it's not the strongest suit here. Again, the voices are good, but the voice acting isn't 100%.
Dr. Eggman.
So that's Dr. Eggman.
Well, I guess something. I'll just take it with me. Farewell, knucklehead.
Not if I can help it. Dr. Eggman.
あれがドクターエッグマン。
まあ、何かの足しにはなるじゃろう。これはいただいていくぞ。さらばじゃ。
ママよ。
The graphics are okay. It's meant to look more realistic in some bits, like with the first game, which obviously doesn't let it age the best by default, but it's alright. The Sonic series has seen games look worse, both preceding and succeeding it, so this is nothing. I mean, I got nitpicks for days, especially for this game. Like, Tails' theme fit better in Believe in Myself version 1, like from the original adventure, in my personal, not even my personal opinion, it just does. You know, the that they do in version 2? Yeah, I don't like that.
Wanna be strong, really wanna be trusted.
Rouge has jiggle physics. This isn't a complaint, but I'm just like, why? My children are in. This is a game suitable for kids. I mean, I think it has an E10 plus rating. Maybe that's why. Dude, I want to meet whoever decided to make that decision for her and shake their hand. Another main point that I just remembered while writing the script. Get this. In this game, your score isn't heavily based on time. SA2 goes for a more spectacle-based direction, especially in the speed stages. You can see in the cutscenes and such. Like, dude, you have to get more points by defeating more enemies in a chain, pulling off more tricks, not using any hints for like, certain places. Basically, it's not just about like going fast. You actually have to do stuff in the level. Certain things in the level. Okay, on game, what's the catch? If you die, your score gets wiped clean. Hope you enjoyed the stages up to that point because you're doing it all over again if you want to get a good rank. Just make sure you can react fast enough for the like 10 invincibility frames you get all your rings fly out, possibly out of reach if you're by a wall. Don't press the restart button either because that costs a life for you. Dude, this game blows. Oh, Tristan, you bumbly fool! That's because they're playing on the Xbox 360. The original Dreamcast version is the definitive way to play versus the battle re-release on GameCube, and especially the digital port to Xbox and PS3. I don't know, man. I just don't think I like this game. Because, yeah, Adventure 1 and 2 aren't good in these re-releases, but here's the thing. I like Adventure 1. This is the only way I've experienced these games, and I like Sonic Adventure. Hot take, I'd rather play the big stages in SA1 than the Knuckles and Rouge stages in SA2. Like, they're not that bad, guys. Confuse and Control? Yeah, but dude, there's a grand total of 4 big stages. I might be fighting ghosts. People might not have been complaining about this for like the past 10 years, but just in case. Are they the worst part in the game? Arguably, yeah, but are they bad? No, I don't think so. At least when I lose lives here, I want to try again. Overall, like, when I open Sonic Adventure, I actually want to play the game. Mainly Sonic's levels, but even when I'm Knuckles, for example, the levels don't feel outrageously big for me personally, so I'm not scrambling to find Emerald Shards. When I played SA2 before I beat the game, it was just so I could beat the game. Afterwards, it's whenever I feel like a sadist. If you like this game, more power to you, but I cannot get behind it. I want to like this game, but every time I try to play a random stage, I just get reminded why I hate it with every ounce of my body. Ask anyone who's heard me talk about it or seen me play it, and they can tell you, like, I do not like this game. And at this point, I don't think I'll ever fully get behind. Like, this is not for me, man. It's not. It's just not. No! Imagine if out of all my videos, this one actually gets someone to hate me again. Like, this fandom is nuts. It's completely possible. I got written in, like, a few people's death notes, bro. Hey, shout out to you.